Hey, alright. I was waiting for something to get downloaded for after the review. Hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. Whoops, did not mean to do that to that board. Let's fix that real quick. So I've been wanting to do the skin. Got some new stuff. We have... Hang on, my door's over here. Right there. Got a new animated logo. All the way over... there. All the way in the top corner, we got a new Nexus thing. And down below, we got monthly sub goals. So, trying some different stuff out. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I like it. I made my camera bigger. This looks like a sticker up on my wall now, or my door, which is going to be great until I redo everything in here. Might do that Sunday. Maybe, I don't want to stream that because it's just me cleaning. And I'm going to have to unplug everything and move everything anyway, so. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. We're going to kind of jump into this. I'll edit out all this stuff for YouTube. I know some people are going to have to watch it on the VOD because of time zones. But yeah, I need to do board reviews again, so here we are. I don't like this, so we're going to scoot me down a little bit. Like that. There we go. Alright, so that is good there. We're going to turn this down on my end a little bit. Turn this down slightly here as well. Alright, so I haven't done anything with this board. It's default board. And this is the Watchtower and Bridge by Schlarge. S-H Large. Let's see here. Came out just a few days ago. I think all these boards are like a week old. I'll read the description for him here in a second that he has. A small and simple board consisting of a watchtower overlooking a gorge-spanning bridge, based off of battle maps created by neutral party. I don't know anything about that map, but let's take a look at it. How big is this anyways? Let me check. So I did some of these small boards. Like after I built the big cannon board, I did some of these small ones. 160 feet. Okay. And I ran it, and I can show some of those off sometime tonight. And my thing was great. It looks good. I can do a bunch of, small stuff with it, make things a lot more detailed than I normally would. But it was too small for combat. So, it's 160 feet from side to side. That means if the players start here, spell sniper or, a longbow, you're hitting everything on the map without having to move. So what I have been doing is with these smaller boards, is I've been using the forest generator. And I've been just doubling the size of the board. Also with the water, it'll help kind of blur that out. Because we still have to use the water on a single plane. Even zoomed in. If this is supposed to be just a watchtower, along a road, you're still losing that immersion with all the water surrounding it. Unless you're playing right here. So that's something that I noticed. Like I made the... for the upcoming campaign, I made that board. I'm like, I don't like how small everything is. So I went ahead and just threw in the force generator. I put the sliders where I liked it, and I let it ride. So that will make a big difference with these small boards. It's just adding the random generator to the outside just to fill it in. If you don't have water, you probably don't have to. You could just change the tile to the mat to like green or something and get away with it. How many other boards have they posted? This is their 4th board. So I like this. I like it trying to look cleaned up on the edges. It almost gives it a diorama feel, and that I really like. And I do that on pretty much all my boards as well. Just got to clean it up a bit on the edges. So, instead of having, just fill this in. If it's clipping through, you just got to shift the walls out one. Then you won't get this here. And it's fine. And this will look a lot cleaner than this. So that's that. Let me see the grass here. Is it all facing the same way? Yes. So, and if you don't use the forest generator, which I'll put a link in the description, you have to manually rotate these, and it'll kind of help break up any patterns. Noon went to the grocery, so I don't know if she's going to need help hauling stuff in or not. One dog's barking, but I wouldn't expect her home for like another half hour. So yeah, let's see here. I like this with the bush. And get out of build mode. The clipping these trees in, if you guys have watched my streams before, I love using these as bushes. Same thing over here. Let's just fill in that gap. No big deal. Rock placements. I'm indifferent with this tile set. It has too much of... If you've ever played with the tile sets, and I have a big old box of these downstairs, and you just lay them down, and they're just cardboard, with a design on it. This is what that reminds me of. And I'm not a big fan of them. I have been going to the swamp tiles. And I've been doing the 2x2s a lot as pass. Here. So we'll do this side here. And obviously rotate them. When you're out of build mode, they don't bounce. I've just been doing this a lot lately. And that's just kind of my thing. Just because I'm not... Even with just like a random path, I'm just not a big fan of this tile set. And I think it's just because it has that cardboardy look compared to, the other 3D stuff. Like this here. I wish you didn't have these rocks on here. Alright, kind of the same setup over here. I do like the different heights over here. If they extend this board out a little bit, and then go with the gorge that way, it'd be really nice. I do like the different elevations here. Anything of note over here? Add in a variety more rocks. I know you have them. You just made this board a few days ago. And I complain about rocks all the time. Nature. Is this the same one they've been using? Yeah, the same one they use. So, different heights, different rotations. Even with the same rock, you can get pretty far with just one rock. Then if you take this. Now, this gorge here is pretty straight down. I don't know if I'd even call it a gorge. Because it's only, what? 40 feet? Ish. 20 feet? Yeah, it's only 20 feet. So, either if you want that deeper feel, double this. And if it's a small board, that's going to be fine. You're not going to have to worry about camera stuff with players. But, take these white rocks, clip them, underwater. I like these being clipped underwater better because they're not, as bright. These will work as well. This will work. Just rotate, clipping will add a lot of variety to your rocks. And just something that's going to take practice and over time. I'm seeing if he just repeated... It almost looks like they just repeated the same pattern. Like, copied it and stuff. But it's not bad. Yeah, just take these and just like I said, you can do pretty much all this with one rock. And it'll still look okay. Let's see here. Did that throughout on both sides. And you can add some vegetation. This is going to be my little show-off area. I'm going to have to sneeze, too. My allergies are killing me. Yeah, you can do vines down the side to... If you just want to... You can use that as one rock and just add vines. You can add... You know, stuff in the water here. We'll get to the water in a second. You know, if you want to have a pitcher plant hanging off the side. Basil. If you want to take this tree... I do this a lot with rocks now. I will take this tree and is now a bush on the side of the cliff. Oh yeah, and I got a new emote if you're subscribers. Check it out. But yeah, just adding just this little bit breaks up all this repetitive pattern. Now, if there's something in the Tales Tavern description saying things are a certain way, okay. If they're open, you know, if they're not really descriptive, you know, this is based off of a battle map, which I don't have access to. Yeah, it's just overlooking a gorge spanning bridge. Like that's all it is. So you can go ahead and add in some more stuff. It'll still look fine. If you wanted to add, you know, a log or two, you know, down here or something like that, or roots coming out, you can. If you did, you know, a tree here, I'll remember how this game works in a second. No? Plants? Where are the roots at? Right here they are. Derp. It's right where the roots are. Yeah, you can have this coming out. You can clip this, you know, in like this if you want to. You have a lot of different extra, you know, stuff you can add. It's a small board. It's not going to be process heavy. This is the only board we're doing tonight, and then I have some slabs that I've picked out. Actually, people on Reddit sent it to me, so. And if you don't like this blocky look, you can... And this will work for just about any other thing. Just take this dirt piece, which, hey, devs, we need some more dirt pieces, please. You know, you can do that, or you can take a bush, and you can hide it. No, that's just some small stuff if you want to try to hide these ground edges, and I do that a lot. Now, if it's over here, I don't worry about it too much, but if it's, like, blasting me in the face, then, yeah. So, yeah, just adding a little bit will definitely spruce things up a bit. The water here. It's not very deep, is it? Let's take a look. Let's chuck a mini in here. I always use a human. I mean, if you fall, it's going to hurt. But you can turn around, and that's because you're hitting the bottom. Because you can turn around and stand up in it. So yeah, either raise the cliffs side up, or not turn it, not have it be a gorge and have it be more of a river. So that there is some, you know, underwater aspects to this. See, now I like this way better. Obviously, that doesn't fit anymore, but I like that better. You can have it as low or as high as you want. It can be... I got a board coming up where the water is super shallow, and it's like that on purpose. So, you know, maybe there is something downstream or upstream that is messing with the flow of this. Throw that in there. Throw it in the description. You know, this is the reason this is so low. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use these before. The crop pieces. I'm not a big fan of these. Yeah. Not that they're bad. That's just too much pattern for me. So let's try some stuff out. So I do swamp tiles for my water stuff. So we'll test some stuff out here. I'm not gonna delete the rocks. We'll get to that in a second. So there's that. Then I will have that as a bottom. They have green under here. We'll get to the extra stuff that they added when I do this part over here. You can take some of these away. These swamp pieces are good if you want to have now, not necessarily on this board because there's not a lot of vegetation in here, or close to it. But if you wanted to have some vegetation in your water, these are good ones. You know, clipping these in. I really like these swamp pieces throughout. Shoot, you could even go with this piece here, or this piece here. It just adds a little bit of depth to it. That darker blue there maybe could indicate to the players, hey, that spot's a little bit deeper there. Now the rocks. The big rocks I really like. Nothing wrong with them. Cannot complain. The small rocks, unless there's a reason, which, like I said, it's not in the description of why all these rocks are here. That's a lot. We're gonna load it back. It was about here, right? It was about waist high for a human. So this was like the default water level, which I like this popping out. That I do like. Now here, because it is so shallow, it's only a couple feet, deep. Add in some plants. Add in a log that's like buried in the muck. Maybe a log fell, from, and I would bury them halfway and just kind of dot them throughout. And if you wanted to not have it have such of a clean look, if you wanted to cover some of it up, and because these have the rock pieces in it too, so it'll be fine. You could have, something like this growing in there. You could take these. I hate these plants unless I'm sticking them in water. Just adding in, just some vegetation will break up all this pattern. You could, even if you did these plain swamp tiles, still add the vegetation. We have fish. Add in fish. Add in little fish swimmers. Throw in some bones down here. Even if they're not part of the story, when the players are looking, and yes, they will look around your map, it just adds just a little bit more variety. Maybe a starfish doesn't make sense here. Or you can, have some of these smaller fishes because it's shallower. You could do one of these, throughout here. Maybe there is a tree growing up or bushes here that is, in the water. Stuff like that will break up this pattern. And that I can't stress that enough, is it's breaking up patterns that will make your boards look better. And just do that throughout. I mean, you can see the difference here just by throwing in a little bit on top of what they picked compared to not doing anything at all. Now, if they put in the description, the water is high in salt. Or is it salt? Where the Dead Sea is? Is that? I think it's just nothing can grow there. Put that in the description. If they put that in the description, only thing I'm complaining about is these tile pieces. That's it. So descriptions matter. Like I said, I don't know the battle maps by neutral party. I don't know if there's a story with it or not. throw it in the descriptions on Tales Tavern. The more descriptive, the better. Because it shows off of what you see. Because if I grab this board, and I like this board, I like this as a simple encounter board, I got to come in here and add a bunch of stuff because it'll bug me being empty. Onto the bridge. Same as before. I don't know if you can actually rotate these, if these would matter. Because there are just some pieces that when you rotate them, it's not going to matter too much. Yeah, I can see where I've rotated some, and yeah, just rotating them as you place them in. I wish there was an auto-rotate button that you could flip on, and if you like clicked and dragged the whole area, it would auto-rotate all those pieces. That would be good. I like the structure of this. I like this. I don't think there's anything really to complain about there. If I do, I'm nitpicking. Just some touch-up stuff again around the edges. So here's probably my biggest gripe, and I did this at the beginning as well, and I don't do it anymore. Even some of my early boards I've posted, I have this on here. Let's watch as I lower the pieces here. See how all these layers are here? You don't need them. They serve no purpose. You build up your rock wall first. You start clipping these through on these edges here. And then you just go straight back with it. Especially on much bigger boards, you're going to save on, computers being on fire. Because, my computer's a few years old. I got like a 3070 in it. And some of my big boards and some other big boards I've loaded, it chugs on initial load up. So just getting rid of that is fine. I did that with my manor board, and when I wanted to add an underground, after the fact, I went through and found where I needed to and had to go layer by layer, deleting them. So, and that's I think they did it over here as well. But that's a general thing for everybody to use. And chat, if you guys have questions, let me know. Or want to point stuff out. So we can... With this, I like what they did. Could probably rotate the trees so they're not all facing the same way as well. Just adding in some more shrubbery and greenery. I'm a sucker for these pine trees. Just add in just one or two will give you some different height. Height really plays a big factor in things. I enjoy, I did boards like this where they're just all flat. And over time, as I learn how to do things, I'm like, okay, you got to think about combat. You got to think of RP stuff. Just whatever you think the players could do, it happened. Babe, do you need help? Okay. She's probably going to yell at me anyways if I helped her. I'm glad you're an independent woman. If you want to hide these edges, you can do bushes in here. If you did all bushes, you could turn around and throw... you could throw these bad boys in there. And, break things up a bit. You could throw other plants in there if you wanted to. You could throw, like, the ferns down here. Ferns are really nice. If you didn't want to do that, you could take one of these rocks. Because there's already plenty of rocks here, so it would make sense that, there's more there. And it hides the edge. Lets players use it as a terrain piece. Looks good. So just adding just a little bit more to this will make a big difference. The road, same as before over here. Like I said earlier, I go with the swamp pieces now. I just don't like that tiles, those at all. They were great at the beginning when I didn't know how to do anything. But now that I've kind of evolved, I'm like, hey guys, check this out. The tower. Let's check out the tower. No windows. There's no story for this. Like I said, well, you don't have any background on the story that they took this board from. We're gonna rotate the sun as well. I like the vine wall. You know, one, it breaks up just this pattern, but you also give the players an option to climb it. They don't have to use the ladder. I'd almost not even... Depends on the story. So if you have if you're playing with your story where this is a remote watchtower or run-down watchtower, you very easily could just, delete that. Go to your debris stuff. I don't know. I didn't even look at what's on the inside of the tower yet. You could do something like that. All right, well, the players still need to get up here. Well, they have the vines. So, they're making checks or they're trying to figure out other ways to get up here. But yeah, just having multiple options is nice. No story on the campfire. Is it needed? Maybe. Sure. Is there a story for it? You can add it or delete it. I mean, it's super small, so if you want to delete it, you can. Or you can keep it. I don't think... We don't have, like, a... We need one of these where we can not have the fire on. So we could do... Hey, where's those rocks at? Exterior debris? Not those. Actually, we could use those. They might be in nature. Oh, here we go. So you could do, a custom one here. We'll just build one out real quick. So I don't like these rocks up here. There's no debris. If there's a wall missing, sure, go for it. Add in that little touch. There used to be I wouldn't put it there, but just spitballing here. Because then you could take a container and you could take a cauldron. We don't have any empty. We don't have that. See, that's got the fire turned on. We don't want that. You could do that. You could have thrown this in there. Containers. You can throw a cauldron. Sitting here, so you can make it look abandoned pretty quickly. That's not bad. With these rocks here, yeah, the players could come up and see that half this wall is missing, and you could dive into these debris pieces, and I love them. This is probably my favorite add-on that they've had so far, is these pieces right here. And I need to go back and redo some of my older boards because I haven't done that for a while. But yeah, and you can make a pile down here and stuff like that. So there's a lot of options to do with this board. I like the chest on top. I like the dungeon tiles. All right, here's the real thing. Which way does the door open? Okay. So we'll go ahead and lower this. There's no way to get up here other than from the outside. Which probably wouldn't have as many crates up there because how are people getting all these crates up there? You could build like a little pulley system for it. And I'll actually show you guys that real quick as well. So I need to go to the Grim section. Grab this. Drop that. Because we don't have rope, you just gotta kind of theater of the mind it. That That is how it's gotten up there. Now this makes sense. You know, they use this to pull up the boxes. No second floor. These tiles glitch out. And I think you can get a... Don't use the big corner pieces because they are bojanky. And for whatever reason, that's still a tile set that has issues. So you can fix it. We have these 1x1 pieces, and they're fantastic. Use them. Don't let them go to waste. Yeah, you can go here. You could double up with 2 of these. You could drop this. Go here. This is a door piece here. And now you don't have that visual bug. I don't know if it still happens with any other pieces. All I know is it still happens with the dungeon pieces. I didn't know that it... Oh, you know what it is? Did they... No, they didn't clip it. Huh, yeah, it's just a bugged out piece on top here. Because I know if you try to clip multiples into each other, it'll freak out sometimes. So that's a way to get around that. Just build it out with 1x1s. Chests and stuff in here. It's pretty empty. This rock's coming through. Not a fan of that. I like the rock that was in here. I don't like it clipping through the wall like that. But yeah, just add some more detail. Give it a story. Every board that I make, every house that I decorate, they all have backstories. Whether they get used or not, doesn't matter. You give it a backstory, let the DMs pull it in and run with it. They can make changes on the fly. They can make changes ahead of time. But yeah, I like this board, actually. Some detail work and some cleaning up. And I'm not even going to ask you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and like it. So this is the Watchtower and Bridge by S.H. Large. And this will be in the VOD, so. Oh, man. Tired. We did that in what? I let my starting soon run for a little bit. So not bad. But good. I like this board. And we'll give it a like. I don't do scoring. I think that's stupid. It's either do I or at least one person in chat like it. Then we'll give them a like on Tales Tavern. Nobody has scores, in my opinion. Alright, so we need 2 switchboards, because the rest are slabs. Which one do we want to do first? We have a boat. This is, these I think have all been recommended through Reddit. We just did that. Let's do this building, because this will probably take longer than anything else. So this is Droskar's Crucible top level. The author is Orange Juice OMFG. And I think it's a reference from something in Pathfinder. But I don't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to check Reddit. But leave it in the description. There's nothing in the description at all. So I'm going into this board not knowing anything about it. Making it up as I go. So we'll kind of go the outside first and we'll start working our way through the house. Not a fan of this. These like connecting pieces. These puzzle pieces. Not a fan. This is like the first time I've ever seen this before. So either the DM's going to have to come in and delete them, then put, 1x1s in. Or actually, they'd have to go ahead and put 1x1s in here. Like, I get the look. I'm not a fan of it. And that's just because it's not a universal thing across Talespire builders. is making them puzzle pieces. I like the debris. Not sure how I feel about this hole. Was there a structure here before? I would have liked to see the dirt on top and not down. Kind of makes sense. Just filling, more stuff here. Like I said, I don't know the story though. But yeah, I'd do more trees. The pine trees. Best way to do pine trees. If you guys don't know. And I probably played 300 hours before I figured this out. Drop the base there. Take this. Oh, hang on. The game is freaking out. And you're like, trying to line it up and stuff. No, just hit X. Just hold X and click. And it'll snap to it. If you're close, it'll snap. It's snapping to all this. It's not perfect, but it does work really well. So then you can very quickly... you can very quickly throw out pine trees at different heights. And that's one thing I really like about these trees. The pine trees and these trees right here, about the only ones I use.
That works less well the more cluttered your build gets.
Yes. But if you are needing something to fill space, go for it. Spiderless, thanks for the follow, by the way. Welcome. But yeah, if you have a big old forest or something like that, yeah, because they do stick out so wide. But it'll fill the space. It'll be... And a lot of people don't know about just holding in X to get it to snap. I didn't use pine trees for the longest time because I hated doing them. Now I love pine trees. This part of the house is destroyed. I like the debris. Probably could throw some more dirt around here and some more nature. This has been destroyed as well. They really did a good job on the layering of all of the debris pieces. Well, let's rotate this sun around. Take a look at these. Alright, so they use the Tavern. Like I said, I don't know anything about the board here. I'm pulling it back up. Yeah. Other than I think what was told to me on Reddit. So you have these. What do they do here? I don't think I've ever seen... So they clipped Tavern piece wall into another Tavern piece into a corner piece. Okay. I like that. I like that design, and it gives you smaller windows, unless I mess that up somehow. How did I mess this up? I messed that up somehow. But yeah, it gives you smaller windows. I like that. These should be the roof wall pieces from the Tavern set. Oh, I like what they did with the door. They clipped this piece into this table, which is clipped underground, to give you a big broken gate. That's a new one. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that one before. Broken statues up front. I like that. But yeah, that's a really nice piece for a destructive building. Same thing with these windows from the other side, where they just did a really good job of clipping them in. Now these are awesome. They're on the smaller side, but they're awesome. I like the clipping design they did here. The problem with this tile set is there's not enough that have spikes going through them. So, like, I like this up here. I'm not sold on this part. I love this part. So they used three pictures. I like the bar here. So, or mirrors, 3 mirrors, and then they use the tall one to kind of give it like a shuttery look to it. That's cool. I like that. I'm going to be stealing that one. Kind of did that all the way around. That's the problem with the tile set. I haven't looked on the inside, but you get that same pattern going all the way around. And patterns bug me, so. Even with the windows and stuff, I'd probably do a bit more damage. Just to break it up a bit. This is the pretty standard. I think they're missing a piece here. Maybe. Oh, hang on a second. So they took this piece. Oh, because the game's deleting it. That's why it's not working right. So they took a 1x1 slant. And I hate that the game deletes it. Then they took the curved piece. Clip those to get that design. Putting the stairs here is pretty standard. I've seen that for a while now. But that was like the first big thing I noticed about like destroyed roofs. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta do that. We'll go to the inside here in a bit. Let's see if there's just anything else on the outside walls here. Alright. Small little courtyard. I don't know how I feel about the courtyard size. For as big as the building is, it's what, 30 to 40 feet that way? 50 feet that way? I mean, it's a pretty small courtyard. Could have been a horse stable here. Without looking at what's on the inside, and I haven't looked ahead at any of these, I was like, alright, this will work. So I kept it. With this size courtyard, I'd probably have this go to here as another tower. I might just do a wall on the back side, then do the manor house here. But we'll take a look inside. Maybe it'll make sense once we go inside. Yeah, I'd almost do towers there. The debris inside is really good. It does look good.
Real estate was at a premium.
Inked, hey, I got something for you, buddy. Your emote's up there. Hopefully you can see it. So you can use it on other people's channels, because I know you bounce around Talespire channels. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the courtyard's just really small for a building. It. Nice, good. I don't know how to get a hold of you. And Noon said you weren't in any Discords, and I really wasn't on anything today because I've been sick and sleeping. Let's check the top doors here. They look... see, now this is... problem with doors. Oh, I don't think it actually clips too much. This actually looks pretty good. Now, I have a problem, and I think it's because they use these pieces here. I have a problem with me getting doors to clip right.
It's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the sub. Just have to bribe you guys. Alright, let's take a gander on the inside. Oh, there's a lot. Okay. We'll start with the tower over here. So obviously it's abandoned. Got a way in here. The classic stairs are poking through because stairs suck. And it's just how it's setting on the grid. That's why they're clipped through and they're 7 feet wide. And it being abandoned, I'd probably put some more spider webs in here, honestly. Throughout. You could even turn this into a... Like I said, there's no story for it. You could definitely turn this into a spider lair. Go out this way. This is all damaged. Oh, this looks really good. I'd probably almost put a 1x1 wall in here. Yeah, this looks really good. This broken bit. We'll go this way just because it's broken. Door opens that way. And it opens into all the damaged bits. Looks like there's a hallway here. Yeah, there's a hallway there. Alright. Let's we'll go back to the main first floor. Now I'm gonna turn the exposure up, so I apologize. Heads up. We're getting bright. And I just do this for the inside. Alright, so we got leaves, we got tons of rooms in here. On the first floor alone, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rooms on the first floor of this building. What do they all do? I don't know. One of them you take a nap in. These are super small. This is like 2 rooms here. Oh, it looks like, okay, it looks like it's just for, like, maybe guards or something. I wouldn't even put a door there. I would just make this one room. Because now you're getting into super cramped spaces. And then if you flip the door the other way, you're hitting the table. I would just drop this wall here. Just make this one thing. Is there no stairs? There's no stairs to the second level. There's ladders. I'm not seeing any. Oh, these are really tall rooms. They go straight up. Okay. Alright, well, I thought this was 3 stories, but it is not. Okay, so they have the wall blown out here on this door. So this looks like it used to be a library. Don't know what this is. We do have a little bit more books now, so you got a little bit more variety to do libraries and stuff. So you could even, with this many shelves, you could probably throw in a generated one, and then it'll look fine. But I like it. I like the overgrowth. It's good detail work in here. Torture chamber? Sex chamber? I don't know. It's got the pillars. It's got a place to lose your head. What's this anvil? So the anvil is clipped into the anvil's on a barrel? No, it's on a stump clipped into the ground. It looked like it was on a barrel. A playlist done already? It sure is, dang. I've been looking for new playlists to listen to. Because my main guy is like, all my music's copyrighted now. I'm like, well, not using your stuff then. And the Talespire music just gets repetitive. And I try to, there's a bunch of them that are like 2 minutes and 3 minutes, but I don't want a bunch of ads kicking in, so. And with this going up on YouTube for the VOD, I didn't expect me to be doing it for this long. Hey, look, they're using these pieces. People don't use the Jungle Ruin, Temple Ruin set enough, so. Sure. Oh, that song's only 3 minutes. Sorry, buddy. It doesn't say royalty free. Oh my gosh, how hard is it, YouTube, to have an hour-long video? I just didn't want ads popping up every 30 seconds. Sure.
The stream has no.
Get through this ad. Yeah, I don't know what room this is, but if it's for like executions and stuff or sacrificing, throw in some chains. I don't know if I'm a fan of how tall these ceilings are. Alright, so we got a hole up here. Mushrooms growing, I like that. I don't know if is there an underground? Didn't even look. Doesn't look like it. I thought maybe this might have been like a cellar going down. Could have been at one point. Don't know what this is. I do not like 5-foot hallways. Even if I'm building something from a D&D book, I don't like 5-foot hallways. I'll try to make them at least 7. Because with camera stuff in here, I mean, normally I wouldn't have this many levels up, but if you try to open this door, yeah, they all have to swing in, because if they swing out, they block the path. Don't know what this is. Can't really tell. We'll go back through and look at things at one level. Armory, just more detail work in here. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a fan of 5-foot hallways. I mean, this looks like a big manor, but there's nothing inside here that says manors. It looks like a fort. But I don't know what Droskar's Crucible is.
Looks like an office.
An office with a prison cell, yes. I don't know why these are up here. There's a door up here. I don't know why there's a door up there. Then we're back to there. So let's take a look at this at one level. So this is probably how people are going to play it.
It was a monastery.
It was a monastery. Wouldn't have known. It's got to be... the descriptions matter with Tales Tavern. Because you're going to have people who have no idea what this is, but it looks cool. I would love this as a house. But even as a monastery, like I wouldn't have guessed. A cloister. I mean, if you're building, was this yours? So I don't know what this is from. And I know, like, a handful of people just followed me, like, overnight and stuff. So it's from Pathfinder. Edge of the Darkmoon Vale.
Turned up. Nah, mine's the low lantern.
Gotcha. Oh, yours is the ship. Okay, cool. We'll get to that here in a bit. That won't take nearly as long as this one. So yeah, let me pull up a picture real quick. Okay, so in the picture, this has, and you really can't do this in Talespire, but this out here is water. Why it's water, I don't know. This music is very intense. I'm gonna turn this down. Yeah, just from I'm just looking through a couple Reddit posts and a couple images of this place. And you can't do that. Like, you can't really recreate that water effect in Talespire yet. Let's see here. I'm trying to just find some other references. So it looks like it's a multi-level Pathfinder adventure. But yeah, without a link or a reference image.
Do an okay job of water.
Yeah, you can do so grab that. You could do these here. See, the problem with these is it's super white. Credit the exposure's turned up, but they're still super white on top. But yes. And I'll show a trick off of that later. Then you have the cells. So the players are going to play like this. So having those high walls, even some of these outside pictures that I'm seeing, There are only 2 stories, and then the castle or the tower here is 3. Yeah, I'd almost make it a bit smaller. I just found this picture on Tavern on the Google search. Yeah, I'd probably make this a little bit smaller. Is there anything in the attic? I mean, there's a way up here. Then there's the door going out. Minis can get through here. And it comes out to here. So there's nothing up here. And then you just run into all this pattern up here, so. Fantastic outside. Not a big of a fan of it on the inside. Debris work, fantastic. Top notch. Clipping is your best friend, fantastic. Great idea with the windows. And clipping these in here. It's probably why I couldn't fix this one. It's because it deletes a piece when I move it. Love these windows. Great idea with them. The interior needs some work. And that's more of a Tales Tavern thing than it is playing it from the book. Because if you're playing it from the book, you're a fan, you know what it is. You know, you can read ahead, you can put stuff in, take stuff out. So don't need that up. Do we like this? I'm like 50-50 on it, because the outside's fantastic, and the inside's maybe. I mean, I'm leaning towards yes. Well, if you guys have any input, I will like it. I was wanting to stop at 7, but man, these boards have taken me a bit longer to go through them. We're going to like it. Boom, dropped them a like.
I really like the outside, and the detail is pretty good throughout. Save a couple rooms.
Exactly, like that's my thinking. Alright, we'll turn the exposure down for this one. So this is, we'll do the low lantern, the descent into Avernus. I did not make it this far in this campaign because because COVID happened. All right, let's see here. This is by Spiderless Gwen, who's in chat, and I'm probably going to make him cry, but we'll see here in a few minutes. Came out a few weeks ago. Let's look at any other history. This is their first board posted. Then they also posted a cave tunnel pieces. Okay. Let's see here. My version of the low lantern from Descent into Avernus. I'm really happy with how everything came out. Most of the walls are made with.
To go to Candlekeep. Having a blast with this one.
Nice. Most of the walls are made with individual pieces instead of actual walls, so you have to play a bit with the height slider to get it just right. That said, it's not too hard to dial in and leaves a good feeling of still having all the walls without having a roof. Tokens are all in place for named NPCs and several unnamed to make the place feel a bit more alive. Edit. Slight update removing some logs that were blocking the first set of stairs down below. Cool. Alright. Disclaimer, I've never built a ship before. So I'll probably be a bit nicer than I normally would. So, in theory, boat's up here. With the dock. They're in... are they in Baldur's Gate at this part? I don't think I made it past the bathhouse. I think as far as we made it.
This one you Gwen.
Yes, this is Gwen's boat.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay. Gotcha. Alright. I don't know anything about this ship. and I've never built a ship, so we'll see how this goes. Connecting the pieces all the way down. I'm not a big fan of these pieces in large numbers. I'm just seeing if I can rotate these to see if they look any different. The smaller pieces I like.
To build a boat and gave up.
Hey, Black Wolf. I'm gonna try to build a boat here in a bit. Maybe. My throat's killing me already.
I wasn't either, honestly.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of these in a large number. I like these if it's a small, like, little dock. They look fine. These big docks, I'm just not a fan, and I think it's these white splotches on them that I'm not a fan of. If you guys have seen previous streams, I hate on ramps all the time. I wish they were 10 feet. No, inked. Can't tell me what to do. I gave you an emote for $2.50. I've never made sales. This is kind of like the standard. So I don't know what's good and what's bad on sales. I mean, we could pull up Manic's board and thrash that. But yeah, they're sales. Hey, is this boat just to be here, or are they supposed to like leave on it? I don't know the story. I'm gonna have to sneeze though. Pre-made table. I'm not a fan of the pre-made tables. Now I like the knife. Okay, cool. All right. Like this, I like because because it's got a knife in it, and we can't put a knife in a table like that. So that I like. This table, I'm not a big fan of. And it's just because I like placing things myself, and I'm also not a big fan of chairs. And that's because you can't put minis on them.
I ended up using a mashup of 2 black pooch boats and some from Princess Popcorn for my Mirage board.
Gotcha. Ugh. So yeah, I try to just stay away from chairs in general, because the players have trouble with them. Like we played a one shot and I couldn't sit in a chair and I was triggered. Like, looks awesome. Looks like trash. I mean, you can set them next to it and stuff. Like that. Roland, can I do it? How does my shout-out command work again? Nunu does this. There we go. Go follow Black Wolf. She'll stream on occasion. And she's a very good builder. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the chairs.
LOL, really good call out on the chairs. I wanted to let them sit down so bad.
Got it. Go. If you know that like it's a point of interest, throw in the stools and the minis will sit better. If not, you have to set them to the side. Yep, that comes with play experience there. Because stuff like that, you just don't. Hang on, my artist is blowing up my Twitter. You just don't realize that stuff until you actually play. Okay. Let's see here. Anything on the back to complain about? If you've used one pre-made table, use a different table on Yoink. I'll do what I did to some other boards and play around with this. Because I've never built a ship, so I'm curious to see how you did things. Then I'm seeing how I would do things. Sure. That's here. No, you don't need that. Rotate these so they're not facing the same way. I do that all the time, and I catch it after the fact.
Yeah, I'm learning the hard way as we play through the mine I made. I've been making adjustments on the fly and will repost the updated one when we are done with the adventure.
Exactly. So, there's plenty of great Talespire builders out there. And shoot, there's a handful of them on Twitch right now streaming. Don't go to their channels. They're dead to me. And we all have our different styles. Me, I build for easy navigation for players. My wife and several of my players don't build. They load up Talespire once we play. That's it. They have no other reason to load up the game. So and the controls are not perfect, so there's some getting used to with like zipping around the cameras. So like 3 stories is my limit. That's, basement, first floor, second floor, or first, second, third floor. Beyond that, they're running into camera issues and adjusting sliders, and they just don't play enough. And pathing. That's why I hate 5-foot hallways. Oh yeah, I was going to decorate this table real quick. And we have new stuff, and you can... I don't know what's being sold here, but you can variety it up a little bit.
Boat.
Yes, Grimbeard, we're reviewing a boat and messing with it. How's it going? So yeah, just swapping out the, because you had the duplicate table there. Just swap it out, manually do one. Asset boards. I'm sure Black Wolf has one.
In the bottom deck that's really narrow, but I wasn't expecting players to go down there.
Well, that's your first problem.
You?
My throat's killing me, but I'm here, so. I'm here because I've been promoting this all week because of Reddit. Expect your players to go everywhere, especially if they have a copy of the game. My players, I have to yell at them to stop moving. Noon? She's probably the worst for it. I think she does it on purpose. But we'll be playing here, and all of a sudden her mini will zoom across the map. You like to run around the map, sweetheart.
I'm really loving the boat meta we're experiencing right now, lol.
If I didn't have such a sore throat, I was going to try to build the Lady Vengeance from Divinity Original Sin 2 after, so that might be another stream.
Component board, but yes, I post my resources there for quick copy.
There you go. I need to do one, and I've been really bad about not doing it. Udi, I'll build one, not tonight, though. I'm dying. See, here, we can... Speaking of other Talespire streamers, since my mod's not shouting people out, I'll do it.
/hug.
Grimbeard, hilarious D&D games, like every other week. And his building is... Actually, I really don't know. I don't pay attention to his buildings. I just hang out and chat, and he's hilarious. Who else is in here? Oh, yeah, we have Udi. I was talking about him. He's on Aussie time. So it's like 9 p.m. tonight. But we're all friends. Except for one person on Reddit. We don't like that person. But now we're all building boats to spite him. But yeah, just mixing up the tables.
Like normal clock time. Just hold it upside down.
Yeah, just swap out the tables. Just it mixes it up.
Follow Fox and Squid to show up. Hey at Black Wolf _magic and all.
Is Hollow even... They're pretty up. They're up pretty early. Okay, so this is the problem that I think is a ship thing. And I thought about this ahead of time. Not that you have to manually place all these, because, well, that sucks.
The comment they posted on my raft shows they might even have a sense of humor about it all.
Yeah, that's a humor I don't want to know. Okay, so there's a door. It's the patterns. If you guys have been around, I hate patterns. Like that? Oh, man, that bugs me. Hang something up. Put a picture up there. Throw up a mirror. Break up patterns. I like this little area. You can't really get into the chest. So I'd almost just scoot these down. You could rotate the bed. Oh, so if you're playing... Here, another tip for anybody who's building from books. Don't worry about it. Just make sure it fits.
Palisade to make a wall. I found the wooden rail fences look okay stacked like that nerd.
Patterns is a big thing for me. Like that's a personal pet peeve.
Good tip. I'm loving this feedback.
Good. Like I said, they're all great builders and streamers. So, and we learn from each other. And someone who's brand new with the first board, you'll learn plenty from it too. But yeah, so if you're building from a book, a D&D book, their walls are a paper thin line. Our walls are 2.5 feet thick. You have to take that into consideration. And do we want to show off a mod tonight too while we're at it? Since we're talking about building from books, I can reload Talespire with a mod, I think. Now this isn't for everything, but this would be good if you're building by yourself, then you can do it later. Actually, we'll show the mod off at the end because I'll have to restart all of Talespire for that. But yeah, just moving the bed around and scooting this over slightly makes it look like it makes sense. You have to take some liberties if you're building from the books. I've built Strixhaven boards. I've built Motherhorn from Wild Beyond the Witchlight. If GM Workshop's chat would hurry up and get to the new city, I built a new board for him. And you have to take liberties. You do. Everybody say hi to Noon's hand. Yeah, I think with the ship stuff, yeah, it's everybody's figuring this out because we don't build ships. We don't need to. So that stacks up to there. Can minis get down here without any issues? Are they hitting their head on this? Because to me, it looks like they're hitting their head on it.
High Noon's hand.
Let's not use the guy with the sword up in the air. And I always use a mini to test stuff out. See, that bugs me. Not that it's wrong. But, like, that clipping through right there, I'm redoing this entire board. But that's a me thing. If you're okay with it, perfectly fine. There is no wrong builds in Talespire. Your players will love it, no matter how good or bad it is. Some of the boards that I built at the very beginning, my players loved. I absolutely hate them now, and I think they're garbage. My players loved them. When we did our, like, end of the campaign review of boards and stuff that they liked and didn't like. They liked them all. And my players aren't nice to me. They'll tell me how it is. But yeah, like this right here, that would bug me. What is this piece? Like that? Yeah, see, then that doesn't look right. But yeah, that's a me thing. So they go down into this level here. Okay. So this is the problem. Now, I think Udi and Manic, they built their boards flat on the carpet, the turf stuff, right? The felt. And I think they just changed it to blue. Can I do that? I should be able to. Where's it at? But if you're building a dock that's off of a city, you really can't do that. And this is, I think, the problem with the boats. So you're going to have the water up.
Where's the fun in that? Can't drown.
Well, if you need the very bottom of the boat, you do have to play with the slider as they keep going down inside. And it's just, that's a technical thing that we can't get around. Like we're just stuck with that fact.
I had it up in the air. It was easier to have the water and less of the boat.
Yeah. And that kind of goes into like these pieces here. I hate the bottom of these pieces. I wish we had these just the tops. Because if you have a boat this big, you got to have the dock coming up to here. Then you got to manually place these. Even doing a little bit and then copying and pasting it all the way down, you still have to do it. It sucks. Let's take a look at the kitchen area. Some more dining space down here because it's a restaurant.
I use the floating dock pieces if I can.
I don't know.
Made pylons for each of those.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it. I mean, yeah, with a build like this, I wouldn't even have worried about it. If you're wanting to try to be, you know, accurate and god tier builders, then sure, do it. If you're like most of us who enjoy playing in it, don't. Shelving. All right, here we go. Chat, here's some more tips on shelving. Because I do this a lot, so I'm sharing my knowledge with you. These work as the benches. They're not great, but they're bigger, and because Talespire has a...
realize it didn't save many positions. I'll have to take that out of the description.
I just it's because it's a slab and not a board. So you just copy the code of this. You don't copy the code of the minis. So you can use these as shelves. And because Talespire has a sizing problem, these plates. Let me grab this other shelf. Let me grab this without anything on it. Guys, we actually probably should just make a giant spreadsheet of just a huge database of all of our stuff. We're going to turn the exposure up, so watch your eyes. So, let's go back to the food and drink. This bowl, or actually we could use the plate too, because the plate's more accurate. This plate, they are not the same. They're the same piece. They are nowhere near the same size. So if you want to do anything custom, you have to clip it into the wall if you want to use that. I think that's dumb, so I just make the shelf bigger. You can do it for this. You can throw books on here. It's really nice that it gives you more room.
We could call it Spire Pub.
I mean, even just a Excel spreadsheet with the code and a picture of it. I mean, I wouldn't make anybody go out of their way for a website, but it's something I've just thought about in the past, just because there are more and more of us. And most of us streamers are friends. And then just have it where you can view it and then grab the code. Because I, have custom shelves, have a bunch of different tables designs. And
are easy to make hair.
I mean, if you can, I can't. Nor do I have money to pay for it. But yeah, something like that, a community thing where we can drop code assets with a picture, I think that would be awesome. And we're spread through several Discords, so, and Wix
is free.
Well, then magic. Then do it. Here's a new shelf that I have been using a lot lately, and I'll just quickly build it as an example.
Tavern.
I mean, we're all in. You can't just see. I don't know. I think it'd be easier just to see it all at a glance. And then do something like this. Actually, I tend to go a bit higher. I'm doing this quickly, not good.
Actually, a shared Google Doc or Dropbox would work.
Yeah. So if you double up these shelves and you could throw these on as an end, it gives you enough space to put stuff on. And if you actually take your time and do it, you can make these look really nice.
Each builder gets a tab.
There you go. Or, I don't know, do that or by type, like furniture or shelves or tables. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But there's more and more of us, so figured it might be a decent idea. But overall, I like this. Is this floating? Can't tell. Not really. I'd probably drop this down a bit. I do like the overhang, though. Throw some stools in here. Yeah, this is the table. I really haven't messed with this table at all. But yeah, now that I'm like above, like once I saw this, I liked it a bit more. I'd almost double. Yes, I don't like that. They don't sit right with each other. That's the issue.
Yeah, the overhang is good touch.
Yeah.
Realistic.
I was just looking for something to just fill this gap. But if you're at, that's me nitpicking.
Mouse key adjusted the view before making that, or I would have noticed that.
No, it's fine. I'm nitpicking. Any other person's playing like this, they're not seeing that. But yeah, I like the overhang. I'm gonna use these tables a bit more. They just clip two of them together. Pre-made tables again? Yeah. So you've already used the pre-made tables. Go ahead and play around with your own custom tables and throw in some stools. But it's good. I like the spacing in here.
Nitpick away. This is awesome stuff.
Thanks. I've never built a boat before, so I really can't be too mean. Unless you're Manic. Or Udi. No, those people I'll be mean to. Hi, sweetheart. You gonna pull up a chair? No? Are you... You're going to bed.
How nice and close that bar is to the back wall.
Shut up, Inked.
I like the counter.
Inked, your opinion on bars are no longer valid. Did you say you're going to go to bed? Is it because you're drinking, or you just had a stressful day? Dude, it's like 7:30. The sun's not even down. How are you going to fall asleep? Yeah. Did you get mulch? How many bags of mulch did you get? Okay. Okay. We just...
What is on the lower deck?
Udi, we're getting there. I'm talking to my wife, man.
Lounge.
Okay. Well, go lay in bed and watch your favorite streamer,
I made some custom couches.
Manic or Black Rose.
If I was going to be nitpicky, I would whine that the plates are all going to fall off the shelves as soon as the first wave hits.
Magic. That's it. It's a restaurant. It doesn't go anywhere. It just sits here in port. It's part of the Descent into Avernus book. We went through all those questions earlier.
At Spiderless, when do you stream your builds?
But yeah, so yes, in theory, if this ship actually was supposed to be sailing, I'd be a bit more nitpicky too. I have to give
About it. Not yet, though.
I have to give Inked problems because he was complaining about my bar, but he really likes this one, so you have his approval. Ooh, what piece is it, guys? It's the roll piece. You could take this, and I've seen people do this before as like a flappy door to like keep people out. You could also do, not necessarily here because it's really small space. I've been using this piece. No, I mean, Inked was making fun of my stuff. If you line this on the correct square, you can have it flip up like that. That's something that I've been messing around. And this is on a smaller size, so you don't have to necessarily do that, but it just adds a little bit more. And with the doors being open, the players blow their minds. All right, Udi, we'll get to the bottom, all right? Ooh, couches, okay.
It's too bad that the doors and hatches clip.
Yeah, that's just a spacing thing. If you redo it, you could do it where it won't clip. You just got to space things out differently. Because the hatch doors are 5-foot squares, which is dumb, but it's what we got to work with, so...
Okay, gotta take Mom to the store. Be back in a while. If I don't, catch you all later.
Alright. I'll hang out as long as people are hanging out. I don't know. With it being like a lounge restaurant... Welcome to building. You'll never stop learning.
More than 90 edges, so that do clip on walls all the time.
That part I wouldn't worry about.
The tables down here were supposed to have people at them XD.
Gotcha. So what I was going to say is, because this is a restaurant and it's docked,
Decorate them much, though.
I would do pictures or decorations along the side, and that will help break up these patterns. Now, this isn't for every boat, but for this instance, yeah, putting some, and I didn't even catch that until I went down to here, because it's a lounge area. Hang on, let me try to get the camera to line up better. So you could do, maybe if I remember how this game works. I mean, you could do some simple pictures better than me, and it'll just kind of break up your beams. And it'll make it look a bit more decorative because, like I said, this is a restaurant, not a ship. Is that under furniture, the drapes? Yeah. So I saw that you used the rugs there. Yeah, so you could do stuff like that. I like the candles. Hey, look, and you said because, you know, the minis don't come over with the slab, so. I mean, I think you got some holes here, but that's nitpicking. But yeah, just adding some wall decorations will help break that stuff up. Kind of did the same bar. You might have a spacing issue here. Come on, peeps. I mean, people have to kind of duck to get under there. Can you move this back? Oh yeah, because these are these pieces. They're not, yeah, I'd almost move this back. Even if there's just a little bit more area.
Seen from a module, I would have made it a board, then set the markers for the deck levels, and NPCs with it. Game ready.
There you go, Udi. That's what you do. Yeah, it's from the Descent into Avernus book. And because it's based, it's setting anchor in Baldur's Gate. None of us are building Baldur's Gate. But yeah, just moving stuff back just a smidge will give you that walking space for minis. And then you can left shift and drag. Or you can do this. Now, most of my players...
Even think about stuff like that.
Yeah, my players will go like this for the most part. Really can't get around. I like the benches. What'd you use here? We're gonna tear this apart. Oh, use the
like that so it will be more ready for folks to use.
Use the deck. Okay. Or the desk. So I like this piece here. What have I used before? I've just used the I've just used the benches and put the carpet on top of it, then did like a back wall piece. But yeah, the desk clipping's a nice touch. Let's lower this water all the way. Yeah, just some wall decorations in here. Udi, you're killing me. I'm gonna ban you. Actually, you know what? I think I can fix it real quick where it won't ever read out that text. Hang on, let me... Platforms, nope. Speech, control panel. I'm gonna blacklist Udi. We want to blacklist. No, events. Hang on. Nope, chat. That's fine. Whispers, filters. Yeah, I need to do that.
Oh no, I forgot the table got broken in the fight and it's all sunk still, haha.
No, that's fine. Now, did you upload this board after the fight? So, if you want to upload book accurate boards, go ahead and have 2 copies of it. So, you upload the original, then you have whatever the player's shenanigans get into. Not user group. I'm just going to yell at Udi for posting that.
Yeah, let my players go through it first to make sure it works.
Okay. Yeah, I'd have, if you're going to do that, I'd have 2 copies of it. I have the pre-made boards that I've built. I've never even played in them. Alright, I'll mess with that off stream. I'll just yell at Udi next time he does it. Udi, I literally have a Discord for that. Killing me, Smalls. Hang on. The text? Oh, that's users. I'll have to figure it out later. Alright, these stairs are weird. I don't know where they go. I don't know what this is. Yeah, let's see here. Anything else? We'll go down another level. But, yeah. And that's a book thing. If you're reading the book and it says, oh, it's 25 feet wide, you're going to have to make it at least 30 to 35. You have to take...
Actually, not sure what I did there.
Yeah, it's a building from a book thing. Because if you do that...
But that's the 4 rooms the place has for rent.
Yeah. So what you could do is... you could almost take out this middle section if you wanted to, and move the stairs or whatever. Like I said, if you have to take stuff in and out.
Players from cutting out critical pieces with the green sliders.
Yeah. Yeah, if you do... you have to take some liberties. I'm going to drop that just below. Door here. Yeah, nitpicking on the the gaps and the spacing. You know, it's as simple as that. And because this isn't a huge thing, you can go nuts on assets. Not a bad little room. I'm assuming these are supposed to be curtains. The problem with that is... Whoops, wrong button. They're climbing through here. They literally can't get through here. So you have to shift click them in. So this needs some work. And that might be a you building from a book space, and like I said, that space just doesn't go with Talespire. Now, you can have this, but it's got to be all the way up. Because I've used this before in my Strixhaven builds. But then the problem with that is it's up clipping through the floor. That's a Liberty thing again.
Couldn't figure out how I wanted to do those. I figured if the players really wanted to stay in the rooms here, we'd theater of the minded.
And I'll give a suggestion once we finish up this board. But yeah, just some detail work in here. I'm not a fan of these, but that's because I hate patterns. I would probably build out one row, one column of these, like perfect the way you want it. Then clip them in so that it's all nice and even and touching and stuff like that. Or just use these beams. How long are these beams? Yeah, you can just use these beams. They don't clip through. You can keep this design here. But yeah, the walls need some work, the height stuff. Manic, thanks for the raid of 7. Hopefully your stream is going good. Yeah, and there's no space for the players to walk here. They'll get caught on these.
Going to use floor tiles. The best are the rural staircase flat piece. The tavern set has the stone edging that is hard to hit.
It's not even that, like,
For initiative, here come the maniacs.
that's okay.
Streamer cast charm person and we failed our saving throw.
Oh yeah, I forgot his does that. But yeah, just I would add in some detail
For
work.
initiative, here come the maniacs. The streamer cast charm
I'm
person
gonna
and we
have to
failed.
stop using. Oh hey, thanks for the Prime sub. I just turned off the speech to chat until he got through his raid. Now you get some cool emotes. You get a Canadian emote that says fantastic, and you get a Wisconsinite emote that says, hey kids, because, you know, that's not creepy. No, Manic, you're good. I just have to remember that. There's actually a bunch of people in here talking tonight, so. But yeah, detail work in here. I'd probably redo these walls. And something that I was thinking about before I built this, and it's kind of up to the builder, because I'm gonna build the Lady Vengeance from Divinity Original Sin 2. Yeah, Ink subscribed and he got his own emote because I need to fill emote spaces. You could build this as just different layers. So I'm gonna destroy your board real quick, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna spitball the idea here. Come on, game.
It's a boat that is better than Manic's garbage.
Yeah, Manix's boat's complete trash. I've not even seen it yet. I mean, my boat's better, and I haven't even made one yet. So, if you're worried about spacing, you could do... No, I went down a little too far, but you could... Then there's a whole other floor here. So you could build it out kind of like how you did it before with the top. Whoops. Where's the beds at? They're like super close. Yeah, I know.
I wasted 11 hours of not being efficient.
Well, that's your own fault. You guys get the idea, though. So instead of doing, you can build this out. The deck, you can build out the top part. You could even build out the height if you wanted to. Then you want to take hide volumes and hide the lower decks off to the side. So the top deck would be here. The rest of them would be, hidden in hide volumes. And as the players are going down, you just unhide it for them. Then you just move their mini to the board over. You'll lose some of that immersion, but if you're building from a book, it'll give you more space to work with. Because you won't be confined to this, 30-foot wide boat, whatever it is in the book.
If you did that, I would not build the dock and world. Have the boat its own scene.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you could do both. Because it's its own thing. I don't know if there's anything leading up to the boat. If that makes sense. I don't have that book open yet. Let's take a look real quick. I think I have access to it. Don't tell me I don't. Helps if I spell correctly.
Nice. That's another one I wouldn't have thought of at all.
That is why I like doing these. Hey, how do you guys spell descent? D-E-C-E-N-T?
It was just scenic.
Avernus. We'll just spell Avernus. I mean, I could just click on sources and find it that way, too. Alright, there we go. What was the boat called? The Low Lantern. There we go. Let's pull this up. Oh, yeah, so this is a super tiny area. Yeah, and, I can already see where you took your own liberties as is. Yeah, that's the problem with building with the book. But overall, it's pretty good. I like it. We'll like it. I'm not even going to ask chat. We're going to like it. Boom. This is Spiderless Gwen's on her Low Lantern. I'm assuming it's a her, because Spider Gwen is a female. So, you are now a female. But yeah, what else you got up here? Let's take a little gander at your other stuff. Oh yeah, you had the modular cave pieces. So, all right. This is gonna be the last review piece. Go ahead and fix all this nonsense.
I dig it. I am a her, yes. Post it.
Yeah, it's on Tales Tavern. All these are from Tales Tavern. Oh yeah, we have a thing for liking boats, so everybody in chat should just go like her boat. Even if you don't, just do it anyways. Just prove that boats are easy. Oh, and I was thinking, and I'll run this by you guys too. If you have a boat and you're playing in a campaign, what about I'm spitballing ideas here. What would you guys say if you're a player? Copy this. And there's an island out here or something like that. And as your boat is moving across the ocean, you're hiding it and re-hiding and revealing it as it's moving. Yes? No? I've not done a boat adventure yet because I'm lazy. But yeah, if you wanted to move it, and you can gradually do it to where it, is used again. So I had a request by someone in Reddit to do a review on somebody's piece. I don't know, to wherever you're going. I mean, you can theater of the mind the island out here, but just to have some immersion of it moving. I don't know, I've never done an island hopping.
I kinda like that, but I haven't done any actual boat adventures yet either. As a cinematic would be nice.
Yeah, see, the cinematic I've never really messed with. And I think it's because, I don't know. I've done it once, and I'm like, all right, that was dumb. So maybe I just have to get good at it? All right, so someone on Reddit wanted me to review one of these pieces because someone else on Reddit has no idea how to use them. So we're going to do this, and I made the exception of being over 10 likes. This has 11 likes as of today. This is the Mind Flayers transformation room. Then it says a bunch of stuff in French, which I can't read. La Salle de Transformation de Flagulors Mento. Ah. Okay, yeah, I've been thinking about it, but I've never even bothered building a boat yet, so. Alright, so this is a Mind Flayers place. I've already opened this door earlier. Let me get out of build mode here. Where'd the door go? Oh, there it is. Nope. Yep, there we go. So this is by Kill Thanos.
Custom minis and a scale map for the chase scene and then zoom into a boarding action scene for close combat.
Okay. Discover the monstrous Illithid's transformation room. Lost in the heart of one of the Forgotten Realms mountains, this deep cavern was created by the Mind Flayers to perpetuate their kind. 3 Cassians are waiting to be filled with unfortunate humanoids that these monsters will soon capture. After the implementation of a larva, the unfortunates will be transformed into Illithids, thanks to the process called ceramorphosis. And I know that word because I've played Baldur's Gate 3. And it's awesome. You guys should all play it. Never cross the door of their lair. You will never come out, at least not in your current form. Then it says all that stuff in French, and I'm not reading it. There's an actual YouTube video for this? Hang on. Okay, they made the loading screen. Cool little animation. With a Mind Flayer. Okay. Alright, so they have the fog turned up. Oh, they did the ground fog, didn't they?
Come on, gang. Let's see some likes for the boat build.
Yeah, last time Odie did this, we got someone trending. Atmosphere fog. I think that's what they used. It's fairly new. I haven't really used the atmosphere fog too much yet. So it's like a little bit lower than this. Not as thick. There we go. That's about what it is in the video. Hang on, let me turn this fog off.
Can you take some of mine and throw them on a better build?
I don't care what you guys do. Oh, take some of those likes and throw them on a better build? I mean, hers was better. So, I will never make a... No, I don't want to... Alright, so this video... You guys got 1.2 subscribers. 10 likes on the YouTube video. We'll see how this works out. But this kind of... Yeah, they made a YouTube video just kind of like circling around and zooming in and stuff. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I don't have time for that, but that's cool. But this is kind of what they have it set up like in the video. Roughly. But with it being a slab, you have to manually adjust everything. So we want to turn this back off because we want to look at everything. Yoinks. Nice blue flames. They've pretty much used all the new aberration pieces. With some vines. Got the snake roots. I like that. The fancy door opens. Do mind flayers fly? I really don't know anything about mind flayers. As much as I played Baldur's Gate 3, I still don't know anything about them. I'm going to try not to zoom the camera too much. I like the roots. I'm not sure if I like these yet. That's a me thing. That's not a builder thing. Alright, the minis don't look like they like fall over or anything like that, so. Like the ramp. The minis will stay. I like the cavern pieces. I think my only complaint with the cavern pieces is there should be more of them.
They glide at height, I think, but not actually fly. You know what I just realized? How is Workshop motion sick with Escape Simulator but not Talespire?
Because it's not going, duh. I would probably do more rocks. I would probably do more of the cavern pieces in here. Like, I know that it's supposed to be, like, carved out.
OMG.
Dude, I love you. You're a sweetheart. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Hey, all my game froze. There we go. Yeah, I think if you're going with the story that it's built within, like, a mountainside... You know, I'm adding more cavern to the walls here. Because you have the roots coming through, you have the stalactites and stalagmites. You know, add in some of these. You can clip them outside the board, and it'll just give off a bit more, you know, looks like it was formed inside of it type of deal. I like this. So, underground pieces. And this is a personal preference. All this is personal preference. You do not have to put a roof on an underground piece. I don't anymore. I did it once and I hated it. All my underground pieces now no longer have roofs. For me, there's no point. If it's inside of a mountain, it doesn't have a roof. I might do like the face of the mountain, but beyond that, nah. I will adjust light sliders if I need to. One, it's easier to see, especially if you're streaming. It's a little bit easier for the players to see because, you know, we want them to enjoy the game and the greatness of Talespire.
Can't look up, so no roof.
There you go. I mean, the best you can do is look straight. You can zoom all the way out, mouse wheel all the way up. If you're down here on the ground floor, this is what you see. Then you don't have to worry about the green sliders. You don't have to worry about players struggling with that part. I like the blue lights. Like I said, I'd like to see more of the cavern pieces in here. I'm really digging this. Let me turn down The exposure bit, we'll make it on the little on the. Now let's turn the exposure up. So another thing, when I play, especially when I'm streaming, if it is a dark scene, it is exposures all the way up.
Did it.
And is roughly midnight. I usually do that for any outdoor night scene, and that's so you guys can see it. Because if not, you can do the exposure down some if you need to. But for me, like looking up at my stream, that's hard for me to see. I mean, it looks cooler. And you could do that as like an immersion thing for a bit. Then go ahead, just move the exposure slider up a bit. Just so that people can see. This is a really cool effect. I do like these with the tendrils. And they did this with the cauldron. I don't even have to look. But they use the cauldron as a light source. Cauldron, crystals, the new flame skull, lava piece will glow. Anything else I'm think of off the top of my head that glows? But you just clip it underneath and it will give off of enough light to be cool. I wish we had just a whole bunch of the blue flames, anything that gives off a light source, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything else outside of the light category. Like these bad boys, they'll light up a room. And if you put them over here, it'll glow through the walls because they're so freaking bright. But yeah, you can do the blue flames. You got the regular lights. You have the cauldron. The green does this give off a green glow? No, the crystals do.
Them and left the light.
Yeah, could have done that too. You could do, instead of even having these assets here. And I really like that feature because I do this to hide light sources out in the open. So you go like this. Right click, filter, light. Maybe? Did the light come back on? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, there's the light. So now it's all hidden, and the light still shines. I do this a lot with braziers, because they are probably my favorite light source. And I'll do this in taverns. Do we have a building up? Yeah, we got this building still. So it gives off a lot of light. Say if it's, and here, instead of doing, these, because these light sources actually don't give off a lot of light. I will take this up here and throw it in a hide volume. And hide it like that. So you still have that light effect, but you don't have it shining in your face. So that's just a cool trick with lighting you can do. So I like that.
I'm going to send you a stupid thing. Don't worry about it.
Where are you sending it to me? And nothing you ever do is stupid. Right? That's the correct answer, right, chat? Nothing Noon does is stupid. So yeah, you just got to play around, learn how the hide volumes work, but it's a great thing for hiding light sources if you don't want to hide them in walls. I like this. Like, I like the webbing and stuff. I'd probably do something out here where they actually have support. I'd probably do like a beam or another stalactite or something like that. I would do something else out here. What's in this cage? I like the little tendrils. Those are new, right? I think they came with a lava set. Grim? Yeah, they came with the lava set. And they're pretty cool. I like these pieces. I've used them a couple times now. Yeah, overall, it's fun. I like it. You could just add a bit more to it. If you need a Mind Flayer board and encounter in a mountain, you just slap this bad boy in there. Lol. Hey. Yeah, it's definitely evening. Hang on, what did Noon send me? Noon, are you naked in this? You are not. It is a comic book picture. I will read it later. So yeah, that's this is the Kilthaunus Mind Flayer build using the aberration pieces, the hell pieces, the cavern pieces, and some other random stuff. They've also done the Sleeping Dragon Inn and a guard room with bunkhouse. We are going to like this because it is a perfect example of how you use the aberration pieces. It also has a YouTube page. I'll throw his YouTube up in chat too, because why not? So there's his YouTube page. 1.2
Don't review my stuff. It's bad.
Too late? I don't know. I don't ever say stuff's bad. I just say you can do better. Sure, I'll like this video on YouTube as well. What else does he do? Anything? Oh, he's got a bunch of Pathfinder stuff. Ew, gross. So yeah, there we go. That's all the review for tonight. I'll probably still stream for a bit because you guys are all still here. Yeah, we're gonna like that on Tales Tavern. Perfect example of aberration pieces. Oh man. Lol, do you have stuff on Tales Tavern? Because now I'm gonna review it. I mean, you shouldn't have said anything. Creators search.
I do.
Oh, we're going to review this as an unofficial review. Oh, I think I looked at your stuff earlier, but nothing fit of what I was going for tonight. Because I had these sent to me through Reddit. Then you didn't have an aberration piece, and I need an aberration piece so I could prove that you could do something with an aberration piece. So yeah, there's another ship. When you got an island church, you have circles, a big old forest board, caverns. Maybe I'll do caverns sometime. And then you have one that doesn't have a picture for it, the Cape Spire. There's no default picture for that one. Actually, there's no picture for it at all. It looks like it's bugged out. Anyways, do we want to build something tonight? So yeah, we liked every single one of those. Because everybody can get better. There's no reason for people to not improve. Okay, so I don't need that tab up. Oh yeah, we're going to show off mods. Let's show off some mods real quick. We'll show off a mod.
Pit is full of cavern pieces.
Yeah, but it has probably more than 10 likes also. Hang on, I'm reloading Talespire. Did my sub goal update? Oh, it did. Fantastic. Start modded. So we're using... Hang on, let me see if I can find this photo first. Oh, okay, cool. I got it still. So if you've not ever seen modded Talespire, I'll show off something that I will always use now for building
Good point.
book pieces.
Does that make it garbage? I forget.
Yes. If you have more than 10 likes, your build is garbage, and I don't care about it. Now, the point of the reviews is to see other streamers or other builders who are not, maybe they're not as well known, maybe they're new. Because I like learning from new builders more than I do experienced builders. It's probably not loading up. Let me relaunch it. Yeah, that's when it comes to reviewing, that's a me thing. I want to be able to look at new people's stuff. Yeah, I know his salary stuff's good. I don't need to know that.
I gotta fix that upload still.
Yeah.
Problems, I am not worthy of your judgment. These builders are.
That is true. Are we not going to work today? Hollow, fix your freaking mods. So, the problem with mods is that Everybody has to have them. It's like I'm not connecting to the servers. We'll get started here. I just have to try it a few times. I didn't have any problem launching the regular version. Starting modded's killing me. If you do custom assets and stuff like that and you play with a group, everybody needs to have them installed. If you are going to do what I'm doing, you do not need to worry about it. I just have to be able to load into the game. There we go. Call the Netherdeep. Play. This would be on, so spoilers for GM Workshop's upcoming campaign on Friday mornings. Maybe. What board was this? Oh, you don't want this one. Get out of here. So this is the Betrayer's Rise from the new book. Why is there music playing? Was I messing around with... Oh, I think I was messing around with mods. Turn this off. We don't need this. Turn that off. Don't know why there's fog. I don't know why there's black fog. Oh, I might have been messing around with that. Hang on, let me fix the board. Let's turn the exposure down. So bear with me. None. So, Betrayer's Rise. Yes, looks good. Yep, fantastic. You hit F1, open board locally. Go into, not that one, desktop. That folder, Betrayer's Rise. This is what I was talking about earlier with the books being an issue building from. So, Hollow Fox, he's a modder. Built this where you can import images. And you can import whatever images you want. As far as I'm aware, you can't adjust anything. But I literally use this to build the walls. And I zip through this. I probably built the entire layout in 10 hours-ish. Easily. And I might have spent 15, 20 hours on this build altogether. So yeah, players can go in. They can look down. If they look down, they see this piece here. That needs some work. I was just done with this board by then. Everything is to...
Images can be scaled/adjusted last night.
Okay, cool. Then I do not know how. So one of the problems is... We're going to turn this up so people can see. Can you do it in the mod, or do you have to do it with, like, a paint program? I think Noon talked about adjusting it, like, manually, but...
I don't know how either, lol.
Okay. So, from the book, to this photo, to the mod, to the Talespire, they're all slightly different. So you do have to kind of make some adjustments.
No in the game yet. It's a feature he is wanting to add.
Okay. But, yeah, this is all of...
program I use.
Gotcha. This is all of Betrayer's Rise. Now, I didn't do the stairs, because I kind of messed with it over here, but there's no point. There's literally nothing in the story for these stairs. Oh, we do have new pieces. I was using these as the driders. We actually have driders now. So we can delete these, because I just added those minis in. What are they? Beasts? No, monstrous? Mine was pretty accurate. And then there's a couple other normal spiders in here, too. But, yeah. And then you have all this back here. And I just, like I said, I just built this. I'll zoom out. All on top of... the thing. Now, the problem with the book, we don't have all the assets. So you have to build custom stuff. These are supposed to be like 40-foot tall fingers. I'm not doing that. F that. We don't need it. There's a secret door in this statue. It's in a hide volume.
Add ID. Is there a quick setting for scale? Any idea how pixels translate to tile size, or just trial and error until you get it close?
So yeah, you do have to measure your stuff out, because when we did the one shot for Esper Genesis, On one board, we used the three. We scaled up the mini to 3x3s, and the rest of the map we used 1x1 minis. But yeah, this is a perfect. Then this right here,
Trial and error, unfortunately.
This probably took me 75% of the build. Was this right here, and there's no way that I would have been able to build that with the book. There's too many angles. We just don't have the angles. So I said, screw it, and I built it from scratch based off the description from the book. That's one of those liberties you have to take with this game, with Talespire. So I chose the aberration pieces, and I built a puzzle thing with the blue and red lights of like choices and stuff, and there's 3 choices going back and forth. For whatever reason, this is not done correctly. Dude, could you imagine? Like, wow. I'm like definitely a 2 out of 5 builder. These cavern walls are okay. I like clipping them like every other one, just to break it up a bit. But yeah, this is a perfect example of how to use. Then I have this, so it looks like blood, and they're taking a blood bath. So yeah, you just have to take liberties. I was done with this board when I hit this piece. I didn't care. And knowing GM, they'll probably only do like half of it. Didn't mess with that. The Jigal board isn't anything fancy. And because I just clipped in a bunch of other boards. Then just added the stuff we needed. Whoops. But I just wanted to show off this tower because it's awesome. Let me turn off this monstrosity of music. Get out of here. Get out of here. So I built this because... So the turtle is... The turtle itself, not the tavern on top, but the turtle itself is Brother Hannon. It's his turtle. So if you need glass, you can take the round ice pieces and you chuck them in marble. So you can see the marble pieces here. You just use the plain marble walls or the 1x1s if you're doing something circular. And then you throw light sources behind it, and you'll get a colored glass look like that. So yeah, that was that. Yeah, that was the mods. I don't think there's anything else I really need to show off tonight, do I? Main menu. I don't feel like building anything. I just want to go to bed. Let's see if there's anything else I can show off while we're showing stuff off with this stream. Let's look at... Well, I'll pull up my Strixhaven builds. Other people should have Strixhaven builds up on Tales Tavern. Ignore this. This is garbage. This is me getting too big of britches. But yeah, so this is from the Strixhaven book. This is fairly accurate to scale. And, like, there's plenty of places that suck. Here's my benches that I just did. Because I was lazy. But, yeah, with these walls, if you look in the books, they are a foot thick. On Talespire, they're 2.5 feet thick. So, yeah, you have to take some liberties with building stuff. Like, this room here doesn't look like the picture at all. And that's just because we can't do it. And the picture in the book isn't actually what's described in the chapter. All the stuff is set up. There's the mimic chest here. We'll probably use this stuff eventually, but all the classrooms.
Actually, I have an idea for scaling. Let's say you have a 10x10 map, arbitrary numbers obviously. Go into Talespire, top-down cam, and take a 10x10 screenshot. You can then use that as a transparent layer you line up your source map.
Yep, that would work, because then you...
work out a good method and write up a walkthrough.
So you could either do this, and you can hit that, or you can also use the orthographic camera. So these are all 10 by 10s. Yeah, you just have to make sure you pay attention if they're 10 by 10s or 5 by 5s on the squares. But yeah, you just, like I said, when you're building from stuff, these are teleportation circles. Do I have any other Strixhaven boards to show off? We got the Tavern, Players Dorm. That is... Did I not do the Stadium? Ah, this is somebody else's board. Oh yeah, this is one of the big builder boards. I think I was just showing it off for somebody else. But this is a fantastic board. Players Dorm I was redoing. Firehole Cafe should be done. Oh, this is a good example of Liberty. There's no way if I built this to scale, players would be able to fit in here. They just can't. There's no way. There's not enough space. This is where I've used the drapes as doorways because these are like little study areas. The back benches, there's a picture there. I rotated around. So yeah, that's supposed to be like a living mural. Yeah. I think that's about it. Oh man, I am exhausted. I'm also sick. Like, I went to work for an hour and a half today. Oh my gosh, is this a new person? Guys, do we want to go raid a new person? Like, I don't recognize the name. They're brand new, they're doing a tutorial. Alright, do they speak English? Like, yeah, they speak English. They're a VTuber, and they're literally going through the tutorial messages right now.
Standia's Mansion is my go-to example for scale since I essentially doubled it to make it easier for players to navigate. Lore, yes.
Yeah, we're going to go to lore. I don't know anything about this person other than they're brand new doing the tutorial, so let's go welcome them to the Twitch community. Everybody that stopped by and hung out, let's get them. Look, it's like we're a Ghostbuster or something. Get them! Or get her, I think is what they yell. But everybody that hung out, thanks tonight. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the follows off stream as well. Cool. Yeah.
He was in my stream last night.
Nice. Yeah. We'll go raid lore. We'll say hi. The review will be up. And we'll post it on Reddit, and we'll tell people to suck it, and we're better than everybody else. That's adorable. All right. We'll see you guys. Maybe tomorrow for something. Maybe tomorrow night we'll play some Solasta. Well, let's go say hi to lore.